Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to our beautiful park out here in Planet Coaster, and well, welcome back to our new roller coaster right here. If you'll remember, in the last episode we finally got our first proper roller coaster set up. Now, it's not a custom design, unfortunately, so, well, you know, that still has to come, and I still kind of got to get myself into that, and we will most certainly do that eventually, but, well, you know, I just thought it was kind of economically a very smart decision to finally actually start going for our first roller coaster, because after all, you know, our visitor numbers are not that big yet, and having something like a roller coaster with the kind of prestige that it does come with, and yeah, sure, I mean, we can always push this prestige more through, you know, all the fancy scenery we're going to place around it, which there is no entrance to the madness. Yes, we do know. But yeah, so we can, of course, push the scenery further, but just having a roller coaster is hopefully going to help us get even more people into the park, actually make all these stores here busy to make us even more money to work with, and, well, even more money for speed bills. So that's the plan right there, of course. Now, this thing is kind of pretty ready. We did test it the last time around, so I don't think we need to do that again. What we do need to do is actually place an entrance. And I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just a bit uninspired at the moment. Could be, you know, Planet Coaster, I don't know, like, I don't really usually want to do anything that's kind of only, like, I don't know, mediocre at best, so I kind of try and actually think of something very well when I do my speed builds. And, you know, I've got tons of other ideas for all this stuff, so don't despair, but I'm really unsure about this coaster. You know, that this whole scenery in general seems more in, like, your modern average coaster where, I don't know, I haven't really thought of a special theme for this, and I'm not really quite sure I will find one at the moment. I'm really a bit lost, not gonna lie. So, I think the way we're gonna do this coaster for the time being is we're gonna connect it ourselves for now. I'm gonna set it up together with you guys. We're not gonna build anything around it. No buildings, no scenery, no nothing. And I'm gonna think a little bit harder. Try and think of something for the scenery here, because of course we do need one, but I'm also going to ask you, if you people down below in the comments have a good idea for what scenery I should be building around this coaster. Of course, kind of within kind of the limits that I have, you know, bearing in mind that I don't have any DLCs for Planet Coaster, and, well, kind of bearing in mind the rest of the scenery in other parts of the park out here, and that it's like an Alpine park after all. You know, let me know down below if you have any ideas what we should do. Maybe some people are a little more inspired by this whole thing than I am. Color-wise, I think we're also not going to keep this yellow and grey thing. It's kind of, I don't know. It's looking like a bee, you know, and, well, you know, there could be probably a fairy tale with, like, a giant bee trying to eat them all and they gotta run away or something. I don't have, like, that's the only inspiration I have so far, and of course I don't have the assets for that, so, that is certainly not an option. And, you know, I mean, you know, I really have an inspiration for that, but that doesn't work with the stuff we have, unfortunately, so that can't be it. So we're gonna be recoloring that eventually around whatever we build around it. But for the time being, I actually need to find something that fits this. So, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking fairy tale because it's kind of close to fairy tale. Could be an option. I was thinking something not even that crazy could also be an option, like just some normal scenery around it, some trees, some rocks, some, you know, nothing too crazy, and like a building or a cave or however we want to do this. I don't know. Let me know if you've got any ideas down below in the comments. I'm currently a bit lost on this one, I'll have to say. So what we will be doing now instead for the time being is we will actually connect this thing so that we can at least finally use it now for the time being, and then, well, eventually, I'm sure we will eventually find something. I'm sure we will eventually find something. I'm not quite sure what it will be just yet, but, well, we will see. If you have any ideas, as I said, please let me know down below. That would absolutely be awesome. And, well, kind of an awesome way to integrate you all too, I hope. So, yeah. Let's see. Maybe you guys have some great ideas that you'll come up with that I never ever anticipated. So we're gonna put the entrance here though, which I think doesn't make sense because the entrance is here and the exit is there, isn't it? I think so. I think this needs to be where the exit is placed because I think this is where people come out. I think this is where they queue up. Makes sense, right? See, I've got like one row for the front seat, one row for the back seat, and then when they exit, it doesn't really matter at the very end. So I think that is the way to go. Insanity 6 has broken down. This is, by the way, it's like always. Flippin' always do my rides break down, then I lose a ton of money because, well, I don't know if they're just not well maintained. If it's just like they have to keep breaking down. I mean, there should be an inspection schedule on these things, but, you know, it doesn't seem to be enough. Or maybe they just do break down every now and again. If you've got an idea of this whole breakdown and maintenance, well, kind of mechanic in Planet Coaster, please also let me know, because I'm a bit lost to that regard. I don't know. I'll try and remember to research that as well. But yeah, I mean, you can see my money now going down as everybody flocks out and gets the money for their tickets back. So that's, of course, a bit of an issue, right? I really don't want to keep that happening. While we're kind of well situated for money now, and the more rides that we get, it's still kind of good to not have that happen and not lose the money. But that said, let's go back here to... Where was this? Where? Oh no, wait, that's my insanity. That's why I don't have it. Right, connect entrance to path. So, we will need an entrance path. We will, of course, also need an exit path later. We can actually determine the color right here with the path that we put down, which is kind of interesting. You know, we could do something like this, which I don't think quite fits the thematic. We could do something like that, which does fit the thematic a bit more, I think. Wood probably doesn't. Cobbles probably don't. This probably doesn't. Okay, I think we're going to do asphalt. We're going to be doing asphalt, and we're going to be going here, and then we're going to go down. Going to have some nice stairs right around here, and we will... No! Darn it. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, how do I delete things in this game again? I don't quite remember. Where's my bulldozer? My bulldozer is... here. Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to have this a bit wider, kind of. Thinking of which, maybe this is actually a bit too little space. I don't know. I mean, we're not designing anything around it yet, so I'm pretty sure that we will, in the end, probably actually just go and delete this path and make a new one, just to actually properly move the visitors through whatever scenery you want to show them. But for today, we're going to be doing it like this, and this path is definitely not long enough, so let me make that a bit longer. Okay, now, finishing up that queue. Let's put it right there for now. That at least allows people to queue up, so that is a good start. And then we have this, which... What in the world is that curve? Is it the width? I think it's the width, isn't it? Yeah, that makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? So, yeah, the alignment on the coaster. Oh, God. Please. Can we not just... Can I maybe just make it longer and then it somehow works magically? Please? Please just work. Why are you not at the same height as that? What is this? Oh god. Wow, what just happened? Ooh, what just happened to my camera? That was weird. Wait, can I do that again? No. I don't know what I just did there, but like, can we not just connect this, please? Why does this have to end at a different height? And why does this work now? I'm kind of confused, not gonna lie. Oh, wait, I can snap the paths with spacebar? God, you never stop learning, do you? Okay, so we're gonna make this straight, and now it's somewhat connected, and it's still not quite straight, but just don't look at it that closely, alright? We will count this as straight. But with that said, it's time to open the madness. And we're finally ready for our first visitors. Oh, did you see that? Wait, can we do that again? Close. Open! Nice. So we need to see that as well, right? Let's do that again just for the thumbnail, because we all know that this is going to be the thumbnail, right? Do we? I hope we do. Can we also just like That's a bit of an issue, of course. So we need to close. We need to open. Shift G and deselect and Shift G again. God. And here's your guys' thumbnail. And there is a camera jump for no reason. But with that said, that thing is open. So that is absolutely great news. And hopefully the first few visitors will start flocking into here very, very soon, TM. I'm just going to start raising the ticket price to $11 already, because I know a lot of people are going to want to go on this. And, you know, we always do this adjusting game of ticket prices, right? Also, look at this. We can actually adjust ticket prices on the boomboat again, because, of course, we've kind of pushed the prestige like mad with all the scenery. I mean, you gotta think, right? You gotta think we're on an aging status. Just imagine how crazy it will be once it's back to classic. Just imagine. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so, that's kind of ride scenery is doing a lot for us, and we're not even close to done with that yet, so it's going to become even crazier. But that said, that does mean that we can easily raise the prices by another $1 or so, just to kind of, you know, keep the line in check, and people are still going to flock in. It's going to be less, but it doesn't matter, because our line is so long that right now we're kind of turning down people, because, well, there's no space for them. So that's good. That should be pretty nice and fine, I hope. And there's multiple thefts reported in the park. Let's hope the mic and security can take care of it. And let's also actually quickly look at our staff before we have any issue with people quitting. He's just exhausted. He is, you know, okay. He is, well, yeah, she, Israel. Israel sounds like a men's name, but I'm not sure it's gonna be exclusively that. He, she, whatever he, she identifies as, well, you know, mediocre, but that's fine. And yeah, okay, so nobody's really close to quitting or something. That's at least good. Our stores are still absolutely overflowing. That is pretty bad. And these ones are not visited at all, which is not too great either, but that's probably because the ride just actually broke down, and that's why nobody actually went all the way over there. But look at this. Look at the amount of visitors flocking into the park as opposed to the people leaving. I think we are honestly just about to get a lot of people into the park now with the new roller coaster. So that should be very, very great indeed. Multiple shops are very busy. What do I even do about this, honestly? I mean, I could train my staff even more. Maybe I should train my staff even more. Wait, why are they all back to level 1? No, they are not. Okay, but not everyone is at level 2 yet, so that's an issue. Okay, we are gonna go and train these people and give them a raise accordingly, and we're gonna do it to all our shopkeepers just to make sure that all our shopkeepers are level 2 and we don't have huge queues when the level 1 people get into it. Hopefully that's enough. Could end up having to train them to level 3, because honestly, kind of crazy out there, not gonna lie. Also, that is an issue. God, see, that's kind of the thing, right? It's not even that much of an issue that I don't really have all the inspirations in the world right now to do the speed builds, because honestly, there's so many things to take care of in the park right now. Did you see that bin? Let's just check out all the other bins we have. These seem to be rather empty. I'm not sure how much of a littering issue we have. It may be kind of confined to this spot over here, because of course there's the whole food places. Let's just see though how many... I've got 2, okay. I've got 2 people taking care of cleaning the park. The less trained one had a high workload, the level 3 one had a normal workload, so I think I'm going to have to train him once more too. He's only earning $90 though, while he's less qualified, so that's interesting. So we're going to keep him at that and just see what he thinks about it. But that should then, hopefully, kind of get us in a good spot for that. Also, I'm really not too sure, like, what do we want these people for, like the entertainers? Is it to keep people in the park for longer, basically? Is that the idea? I think it may be. Can we see if we hire new people? No, we can't. Now, I don't know. I mean, I think I want to guess a Princess Amelie. Just, you know, to kind of fit the thematic here, right? You know, we only have one entertainer thus far, so I think we can have a second one. Hello, Princess Amelie? It was Amelie, not Emily. And he's taking care of that, so thanks a lot for that, pal. And, well, that should hopefully help, you know, retain guests and stuff. Now, another thing I was actually thinking about was that we don't really have any sort of place where people can get themselves cash again. So maybe we want to see if we can get that. But I'm thinking that may be locked behind research. But let me see. So, what do we have here? We've got the food, of course. We've got gifts, toilets, first aid, ATMs. Yeah. So we don't have ATMs, but I would really like to research those. So let's start research. Can we... Yes. ATMs. Okay, we really need that. It's also... It really doesn't cost a lot, you know? And the thing why I really want ATMs, right, and why it's a big advantage, is people just come into the park with a limited amount of money in their pockets, basically, right? And once they've spent all that money, they're leaving. But if they really, really like it, they may be going to the ATM, getting themselves more money, and be paying for more stuff. So that is, of course, a huge factor for us, because that means we can earn way, way more money for people, from people, rather. People stay longer, so we really want that in our lives. Other than that, we've got hotels, which could honestly be a great idea. Because we've got a huge open space right here. I do not have any attraction at the moment that I would want to put there. And it's in the middle of a fairy tale scenery. So we could be doing a fairy tale hotel. And I have to admit, now that I've kind of spoken of it, I really like that idea. There's also small attractions, which could also be kind of cool. I really want to research a few of these smaller things. I mean, the roller coasters, you know, we've done a bunch. We've got a bunch that we can build. But the small thingies here... That sounds great to have. I think I want to do a few of these. I mean, like, you know, food and stuff. We don't need too bad at the moment, I think. Hats, you know, could be great. You know, a few gift items that people can buy. Let's do that. And let's do for our third research projects. Let's actually do hotels. I'm really interested to see hotels. That should be pretty cool, hopefully. I'm going to keep it at the minimum spending, because I've kind of discovered that, well, if you up the spending, of course, the research is faster, but, well, in the end, you also pay a lot more money in total. You don't just pay the money faster, and then it kind of equally increases in speed. You pay more money, and it increases in speed a bit. So... I'd rather just have the research go on longer, but that's great. That's a few research items now queued for us. And now let's kind of look around the park. What else do we have? We've got our scenery up here, which, maybe we can actually add a bit of stuff down below here. But I'm thinking maybe just some plants or something. Okay, well, as we still have a few minutes left in this episode, I feel I'm just going to do a quick speed build. No, nothing crazy big or something, but I just want to complete the scenery a bit more, and then I'll meet you on the other side. and welcome back from this little speed build. So, as you can see, it was nothing major, but I kind of was like, I may as well get in a few minutes because I had some smaller ideas that I just now got implemented out here. Because, of course, I mean, nothing of this is really quite finished still, and I mean, honestly, I'm really not quite sure any part of the park will ever be quite finished, because I think there's always some more finishing touches you can put somewhere, and you always have that one more tiny idea of how to make something look that little bit better. So I'll probably always come back to things and, improve, but for the time being, I mean, none of these are even officially done, There's a lot of things that I still have to do. This stuff, for example, is already very advanced, of course. This stuff, not so much. Out here, I don't have anything, and this is kind of somewhere in the middle, because I mean, for the queue, you can tell there wasn't really much in there. This here all was not really quite filled yet, so I did work on that a bit more. I think I'm not quite done yet. Well, pretty certain that I'm not quite done yet. There is a few more things to catch up on, but, I kind of just wanted to fill in the corners here a bit more, had these bushes go all the way around, just to, kind of fill in the picture a bit better from the guest's point of view. Got a few more plants in there, got a beast on skull, because, it's a desert, and maybe he ran out of water or he got shot, or you never know, but, I think that can never really be missing in a Western setting when you've got a somewhat desert somewhere. And, got some poles for the horses to be tied to, and got a wheel, because, there's always wheels everywhere. in Western sceneries, what do I say? Got a few more lanterns, got this skull out here, and I also made this discovery. Now, I'm not quite sure this whole construction is exactly how I'm going to keep it in the very end, but I thought it was very interesting, because there's, of course, turning wheels, a gear, and a saw blade. Now, the saw blade is, of course, somewhat essential. I'm thinking it sits too high up, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to delete this thing from the equation eventually. But other than that, I really, really do like it, and we're going to put this lower down, and then gonna have logs. As you can see, there is actually logs, so that is indeed very, very great. I've already placed a bunch of those into the water for obvious reasons, and there's also logs sawn in half, so probably gonna add that over here eventually, maybe even extend the water a bit outwards. So that is all very much on the to-do list, but very, very happy to see that's a possibility. That said, this is also still a thing, and I've also still not got an idea of how to solve it, but I absolutely hate that. So, if anyone has an idea of how to solve this, slanted roof doesn't fit properly into curve kind of issue, not curve, but corner kind of issue, please let me know down below in the comments. But, well, other than that, quick little speed build done, good bunch of management done, actually gotten the roller coaster attached, and look at how many people are out there already despite any lack of scenery whatsoever, so that's great news. We got another 200 visitors in the park just through that, and the more we push this roller coaster and scenery, of course, the more people are going to show up. This thing also still being very overfilled, so we're going to adjust the prices a bit here too. But yeah, so absolutely great news. Park is doing really good. We've got 30k, we've got a lot of things in research. Going to probably add another hotel on in the next episode, then maybe do a bit of a speed build around that, maybe actually finally build some of these buildings, and we're going to add ATMs, and we're going to add like souvenir shops and many, many other cool things. So very much looking forward to that. I hope you are as well. But for today, I'm going to end it off right here with that little camera swipe into the abyss, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one. So, as always, please make sure to hit that like button down below if you enjoyed the episode. That does always help out a ton with the YouTube algorithm, and if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider hitting that subscribe button right down below, as well as the bell icon right next to it to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with all that out of the way, as always, thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.